Hi guys. I am having a discussion with YouTube about whether or not my connection is good. So if there is some buffering, some disturbance going on, there's not much I can do about that right now. Let's see who's in the chat. Hi Kelly and Kim. Hi everyone. If the audio needs to go up louder or softer, just let me know, okay? It's been a while since my last stream. I did a few live streams for Let's Face It, but that's a bit of a different vibe. And before the end of the year, I did a few daily paintings to get out of a rut, basically. And I like that very much. Oh, great, thank you. Thank you for confirming the sound. I like my daily paintings very much, but I also have a lot of paintings I need to do this year. So time-wise, it's not possible for me to do it every day. But I did want to sort of reserve a moment every week to just do art without too much pressure. So that's what I'm going to be doing in this live stream and possibly in a few other live streams. So enough talk. The reference photo is a sculpture by, by Karel Vogel. He was a sculptor. I'm not sure how famous or renowned he was or is, but he did a sculpture by Oskar Kokoschka. These artists to sort of work together and be each other's reference. So I think maybe that's what was going on there. Oskar Kokoschka was a painter, and just like Karel Vogel, he fled to the UK either at the beginning or during the Second World War. This sculpture is part of the collection of the National Portrait Gallery. And the National Portrait Gallery has a few sculptures that you can view in 360 degrees. So you can rotate them on your computer. And that's what I did, and I took a few screenshots. The screenshots are on my website, and the link is in the description if you want a different perspective to work with. So I thought I would be cute and do like a very warm under drawing slash painting on a gray on a gray piece of paper, but I'm now kind of realizing that it's, well, not the same value, but very close. We're gonna slap some paint on in a little bit. Is that too, I think that's a little bit too close. So I've been working, like I said, on some portraits, and that is a different vibe. I know myself, and I know that I can't really work like on a schedule, say, you know, an hour and then take a break. So I work in these really long stretches, and it's a little bit exhausting. It's a little bit bad for your body also. But yeah, that's how it is. So this is my kind of break. I like sculptures because they're a little bit forgiving. You can get away with not doing all the features. I have some pastels. Okay. Let's see. Oh, it's very dark. It's kind of nice maybe to have a little bit of darkness to work over. Maybe some gray. That's like literally the same value here. Okay, let's pick another one. Let's try some paint. I have Golden Open. I don't really own any, well, a few. I own a few regular acrylics. They work in Golden Open. But at some point I did switch to oils. So here's some paints. Gray. Trying to keep my palette in the screen. I don't have a whole lot of space. It's raw umber. Let's use a bit of gesso instead of titanium white. Let's get some acrylic. Oh, sorry, medium as well. That's gonna slowly drip down my palette, I think. So you can use acrylic medium with soft pastels if you want. I think I've mentioned this about 1,000 times. Soft pastels are basically just pigment with some clay or some other stuff in it. So you can also do them with water. Yeah, so I like it because they're, you know, I think they're manageable. Because you kind of hold them in your hand. Is this my, yeah. Hi, Sudan. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. I'm not very talkative tonight. I'm a little coming down with something, and there's a plane crash. That was awful to read this morning. So yeah. It's a lot of like mental overload on social media as well. It's a shame you can't do music during live streams. I have all these copyright issues. That would be nice. I don't think I ever paint without listening to music. So this is always a little bit weird for me. Yeah, I know. Okay. This is always the issue when you, from what I'm doing now, but I was working on a portrait, and you know, sometimes you do an underpainting and it works out, and then you do your subsequent layers and you lose this thing that you had, that maybe you didn't even know you had. But when it's gone, you're like, wait a minute, where did it go? This part of, I don't know, maybe a spark or some feature, and you go back and forth like that. Hopefully you find it, and possibly you lose it again. And I find that a very difficult process. I find it very difficult to remind myself that, you know, I resolved it previously in previous works, so I'll probably resolve it this time. But it seems like every time you lose your person in your portrait, it feels like they're gone forever. Yeah, I could do some ear pods, but I'm always a little bit worried that I won't be able to hear myself talk. It might be something for the future to try ear pods, because I see people do it. Okay. You're not looking too great, Oscar. See if we can fix some of that. This is, of course, the issue with golden open. it's not gonna dry. Yeah, we're here to play around a little bit, which I find very difficult. It's easier on your own, you know, but even then, when I was doing this, and I mentioned that when I posted on social media, once you post that, you know, first video of, you know, hey, I'm playing around, look at me being cool, the pressure sort of creeps back in. So maybe the next painting needs to be just as, you know, cool, or just as same theme, same material. So I noticed that after a couple of my paintings, I started reverting to the stuff I already know, yeah, and the stuff I already do. And that was very tricky. There's something nice about pastels over, you know, some of these areas are still should have taped down my painting, my paper. We have 30 minutes. All right, let's do an hour. I think I did an hour. When I did my daily paintings, I think, for an hour. So let's try that. Also, because 9 p.m. Dylan is gonna do his daily painting. Next week we're gonna be doing, is it next week? Yeah, next week. We're gonna be doing or not we, Dylan and Shannon are going to do another episode of Drawn Together with me. So next week, if you want to come and hang out with us while we draw and paint. Sorry about that. You're welcome. Suzanne. So like I said, you can, I have the link in the description for the National Portrait Gallery, where you can find the 360-degree recording, I think it is, of this sculpture, some other sculptures. It's fun, you can rotate them around. Hello, hello. Yeah, so we're still working on the painting fit program. It's gonna be great. It was horrible actually because I invested in these chairs that, you know, these I don't know what you call it. That were supposed to help me sit in a more ergonomical way. Where is my oh okay. So I had these very expensive stools, I think you call them. Anyways, they were supposed to help me sit. They were supposed to, it was supposed to be impossible to sit on them in this weird crab-like manner that I tend to end up in. Well, I think I've unlocked a new talent or some new level because I am very well able to sit like a little crab on a stool that is supposed to prevent that. So yeah, when I started my portraits, I don't think after the first day I couldn't move my neck, so yep. Started Pilates again. I only do Pilates so I can actually get away with sitting like a crab for 3-4 hours straight. Okay, how are we doing? Oh, it's 45 minutes. That's great. How's Oscar doing? Oscar's looking a little, yeah, Oscar's not sure about this. That's okay. I think Oscar understands. You can look up his work, by the way. Yeah, he does some interesting paintings. Cool, so we have 10 more minutes. I have my hands full. Let's do... It's pretty much dry. Let's do a little bit of texture, just for fun. So this is a little bit of calcite. Stuff goes everywhere. Calcite is a pigment that you can add, and it basically just makes your stuff very stiff. Stiff and very short, so you can also do a bit of a bristle brush. It's a little light. I'm making an awful mess, and I would like to say that usually I'm a little bit more careful with these particles, but my work surface is tilted for camera purposes. So everything is just falling down. So it's very easy to work with calcite. You can mix it in your paint. It's basically just very cheap, heavy body medium. It's not the same consistency, as in you don't get the same paint film strength, you know, that you get from an acrylic medium. But it's very fun to experiment with. And I also have a video on my channel here where I make a crackle paste, which also, you know, at the same time is a warning, because if you add too much, it will crack when dry. Okay, cool. I'm gonna wrap it up. If you want to sketch more, Dylan Sarah's YouTube channel, 8 minutes from now, is gonna do a daily sketch. So if you want more art live streams, you hop on over. And next week we are doing Drawing Together with me and Dylan and Shannon, all the people you love so much and who are nuts. So if you want some craziness, social media newsletter, please subscribe. It's easy for me to get in touch with you, and I will not spam your inbox. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you here in another live stream very soon, right? Bye-bye.